Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. I got to tell you, I am so excited to talk with her because just alone, her energy is off the scale. I can feel it. Her passion is there, and she is somebody that knows her stuff when it comes to anything metaphysical. And she's the owner of Enlightened Chakra Spa. And it's a boutique, and it's located in Crystal Lake, Illinois. And she's Kim Malone, and she's on the program with us. Hi, Kim. How you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome. You have just an amazing place. I've never heard of the term Chakra Spa, but it kind of says what it needs to say when it comes to enlightening us and improving our energy. Your store, when did this all begin for you, this whole journey?
Oh, geez. My store started as an idea about 11 years ago, but I've been open for about 10 and a half years now. So super excited about taking an idea and something that I felt was needed in the market and kind of actually following through and opening a spot that's become kind of a go-to place in the Chicagoland area. So, yeah.
Yeah. So when we say metaphysical boutique, what are some of the things energetically that you offer there?
Sure, absolutely. So I feel like my store is kind of broken down in four areas. We carry crystal specimens from all over the world. They are hand-picked. They always include the mining information. So we have pretty much every crystal a person could hope to want in all sizes that a person could hope to want. So that's kind of one huge portion. I also have in the store a metaphysical area for every tribe, as we say. So no matter if you're traditionally Christian or Wiccan, there is a section for you. It was important to me to cater to all groups and not just kind of pick a certain group. Although I do hope that everybody that shops in my store is doing good, positive work, of course. And then another portion of my store is my artesian market. About 80 artists contribute to my store. It can be everything from artwork to paintings to jewelry. And then most importantly, probably to most people, is our Chakra Spa, which is just a holistic spa. So we have offerings 7 days a week, an entire team of practitioners here every single day from open to close, offering everything from Reiki to readings to medium connections to cards, kind of the gamut of holistic.
Wow. When are you going to open up a franchise? Because we need these everywhere.
I know. You know, it's funny. Actually, I get that request a lot, but I do not know how to make another one of me. But perhaps
Okay.
if it aligns and it is meant to be, as we know, there is no coincidences, it'll manifest itself at some point.
I 1,000,000,000% agree. And I just put it out into the universe. So let's see what happens there.
Yes.
Super cool. Wow. And you mentioned the artwork, and I just want to just gravitate back to that for just a split second. Do you also sell artwork that has an energy connection? Because I spoke with an artist not too long ago, and he does a lot of energy work, but he recently took up painting, maybe like 2 years ago. Fantastic abstract artist. But when he applies the colors, there's a method to his, call it madness, that there is energy infused in it, and the colors, they mean something. Is that kind of some of the artwork that you offer too?
Yes, absolutely. And even over time, we have done classes when practitioners, quite honestly, were just, guided to do so. But yes, we have actually done intuitive painting classes where we blindfold the clients. They intuitively put their hands over colors to pick the colors, and then they do the complete painting blindfolded. So you're just using your own personal energy and your thoughts and whatever guides you to make a painting. And it would be shocking to you the things that come out of those, the images, the letters, the words that somehow find themselves on the canvas without intent.
So interesting here. There's so much to talk about. It really is with what you offer. Do you consider yourself intuitive?
I do. Although it was I feel like my entire life I used it in more of a corporate venue until I decided that I just needed to make a personal life change and kind of put all my eggs in one basket and had confidence in myself to open my store. So yes, I was in commodities the majority of my adult life, ran huge Fortune 500 companies, couldn't be anything different than what I do now. But I always kind of joked that I knew what was going to happen in the market. I knew what was going to happen. And I really more thought that I just paid more attention than most people. But now I've come to learn that a lot of the things, the messages I was receiving was really something far greater than I had realized. I was always putting that kind of right brain into what I thought messages were.
Thanks for saying that. Because when we look at people that are successful in different lines of work, even salespeople, and they seem to be able to nail it and just thrive, maybe there's some intuitiveness that's going on there that helps them connect with the person that they're selling to and know what that person is looking for, or pick up on their energy so the whole process works a little bit better. I really think that maybe we don't realize that's what's going on sometimes.
Oh, I absolutely. Even, and this sounds like I'm saying something negative about the services we offer, which I am not, but I think all of us are born with some type of intuitive skills. And I think from the moment that a child tells their parent, oh, there's something scary in my room, what they're feeling is a negative energy. They don't know how to articulate it. And depending on the parents and, how they go at that, do you give them a glass of milk and let them crawl into bed with you, or do you talk through what they're feeling? And I think we all are reading energy all the time. From the time you're in the grocery store where you can just say, oh, that person's crabby and that person's happy, even if you haven't spoke to them, just from the energy that they're off-putting. And I think that whatever energy you put out there is definitely what you get. And I think, especially in the days that we're in now with so much, political stuff and financial stuff and COVID stuff and just all of the stuff, that people really are looking internally to what they can control, because there's not much that we can control, it seems,
Yeah, you can only control the things that you can control. You can't control other people. Maybe you can pick up on their energy and avoid them is one way. But yeah, I'm so happy that more and more people are realizing that this energy thing is real, and finding a way to harness it, or at least heal themselves in some regards. You also have a rock shop. Can we rock out right now?
Yes, we sure can. We sure can. On our, for anybody who's interested, we do have an Instagram, and we do crystal classes each day. They're completely free, but you can always log in and learn about whatever crystal we picked for the day. One of my practitioners, who's just really great with both social media and just gifted, just does a lot of great coursework on that. But I do personally handpick all the crystals in my store. So yes, let's talk crystals.
Really? Okay, and I do have to ask you this. The shop is located in downtown Crystal Lake.
Correct.
Coincidence? Does Crystal Lake harness crystals as well?
You know what's so funny? So everything, I do not have any specimens specific to Crystal Lake. I do have one specimen specific to Illinois. No, I don't know, but we do kind of laugh that we do feel like that there is some type of vortex here, but it is not anything that anybody has ever actually said. But yeah, it's kind of ironic that it would be
I just had to ask that question.
In Crystal Lake, Illinois.
Yeah, well, maybe there's a history of Crystal Lake that we need to dig into. I don't know, but when it comes to the rock shop, if you had to pick 3 go-to crystals that you're always going to have in your pocket, Kim, which would they be?
Sure. So a lot of these are kind of basic crystals, but I definitely start off my day each morning picking what crystal I think will balance me out the most. But I would say the 3 go-to options would be selenite. Selenite itself clears negative energy. It itself doesn't require much care. As example, all of our healing rooms, in addition to on my person, but all of our healing rooms are completely gridded out in selenite just because of the volume of clients that we do. So it's nice. It absorbs negative energy. It's kind of, I always, when my kids were younger, I would always tell them that it's like your personal lightsaber. It's kind of your protection. And a lot of things with crystals, I believe, are psychosomatic, to be honest with you. If you believe into the energy and you feel the energy, you will shift your own energy. But anyway, selenite.
Wait. I want to go back to that because I think that's very powerful. You're not saying that it's all bunk, but you're saying that if you shift your energy to the crystal, that you'll get positive benefits back from it. Is that what I'm hearing?
That is what I'm saying. I believe that scientifically, crystals do have a vibration. So they have assigned what it'll do for you, right? But unless you believe in that process, we all know our mind is an incredibly powerful thing. So if I am holding a piece of selenite because something is upsetting me, let's say, and I believe in the power of the selenite, it shifts the power I have in myself, which shifts my own energy, which then shifts what I'm attracting, And I think it's really as easy as that for people. As long as they believe in the process, they can feel the energy from the crystal, then they know it's kind of their secret weapon. I remember back corporately, I could be in a business suit and I would have a crystal, perhaps stuck in my bra or some other, place. And only I knew it was there. But if I had an important board meeting, if I had some other thing going on, it kind of was like my secret sauce that nobody knew, my secret weapon for myself. And that's my favorite way for people to use crystals, quite honestly, is to try to promote their own healing, their own results, their own manifestations of whatever they're trying to do, improve their lives.
Fantastic. And I'm going to tell you right now, Kim, I'm going to reach arm's length, pick up my stick of selenite, which is now in my hands. I walk the walk.
Really?
100%. The only thing I don't do is carry it with me. And it first started, in my crystal journey, I left it in my car. This is a different stick of it, but I would just leave it in my console and, I just drive around with it. And, sometimes it's kind of clunky, because it's about, 4 inches, a stick of pure selenite. But
sure.
it's here every time I do what I'm doing as I'm doing it with you. I don't know. I believe that the positiveness of it. What is the maintenance on this? I heard that you shouldn't get it wet. I don't know if that's
correct. So
okay.
Selenite is a unique stone in that, yes, you shouldn't get it wet. Over time, even if it's sitting out in any kind of humid environment, you'll see little pieces, shards of it'll kind of start falling off. But selenite is a beautiful stone in that it can charge and activate other crystals, and it itself doesn't need to be cleaned or charged. So people that are busy, for people that are perhaps not totally into crystals or don't know where they land, it's an easy one. It's not another child with more maintenance. You know what I'm saying? It's a crystal that's self-supporting and can help you. But, if you're keeping that on your desk at work or whatnot, another good place for selenite is under your bed at night. It'll definitely take away nightmares. It'll give a more calming sleep. And a lot of times the best work we can do for ourselves is when we're asleep, because, our defenses are down. Our mind is out of the game. Our heart is out of the game. What we want is out of the game. But instead, we can heal and soothe sometimes when we're working against ourselves otherwise.
Thank you for saying that, because I have a friend that doesn't sleep well, and I think that selenite under her bed would work great. And ironically, I met her a couple of months ago, and for my birthday, she gave me a bag of crystals that were supposed to bring abundance. So I think I'll return the favor by getting her selenite.
Give her some sleep.
Yeah, give her some sleep. So
yeah.
I've heard that when you're going to pick out crystals, that you're supposed to let them speak to you. So
correct.
Okay, explain that. How's that process work?
Sure. So at least in my store, in every display of every crystal, it'll tell you specifically what it's used for, what spiritual attribute, what element it's aligned with, where it was mined, all of that. But I tell people all the time, please don't read the cards as if you're at the grocery store and, I want a new man and I want a new life and I want more money and I want a new house. Don't do that. Try to intuitively just look at the crystals, see what you're innately drawn to. Try to force yourself to not look at the card, and then hold it in your receiving hand. So your receiving hand is your non-dominant hand. So if you are a right-handed person and you are wanting the benefits of the crystal for yourself, you would hold it in your left hand. Opposite is true if you're left-handed. But I tell people to feel, touch, and when they actually feel a connection, a physical response, and for everybody it's different. The stone can feel colder than the air. It can feel hotter than the air. It can be making your hand fall asleep. It can be making your arm pulsate, whatever it is. Once you have a crystal that you've aligned with in that way, read the card, and 99.99% of the time, people will be shocked that it's exactly what they need. It's exactly what they were looking for. So I think our own intuition plays into most things that we do. It's just having the trust in yourself and having the trust in your intuition, for sure.
I'm glad you said that. It's trusting in your intuition, but also trusting in the universe that it's going to gravitate you toward what you should be getting when you're walking in one of those shops. We have a few minutes left. I know you got to run, but before we did, I wanted to find the other two. We talked about selenite.
Sure.
They're in your pocket right now, let's just say.
Yes.
Selenite's one of them. What are the other two
yes.
go-tos?
Clear quartz is another one, and I know that sounds so simple. Especially, I'm I'm 55, so I'm old, but
No, you're not.
I feel like, well,
Not at all.
comparatively. But clear quartz often is a person's first crystal to buy. You know, they're pretty, they're sparkly, whatever. But clear quartz for like a teen, as an example, is a terrible idea because clear quartz amplifies everything, not just the good, but the bad. So if you have a moody person, you know, it makes their highs higher, which could be great, but their lows lower, which can often be problematic.
Hey, Kim, I have a 14-year-old daughter. I got you. I'm going to check. Right? I'm going to check what she's carrying. Just saying.
Yes, but when as we get more middle-aged, I think we kind of lose a lot of that zest. So if I know I have the books to balance, if I know we have a big event, if I know that we're doing a TV show, whatever we might be doing, I will always go to a clear quartz like I have it today because I knew that we are having our podcast today. So when I know that I need that extra energy, that extra alertness, it's a go-to for me for that. And then my third option for me is just tourmaline, which again is another simple one. But even if you're doing any kind of Skype work from home with so many people that work out of their houses now, you'd be shocked by putting a piece of tourmaline on your keyboard when you're dealing with perhaps difficult personalities, how much the protection of that stone can really benefit you. And again, just seeing it on your keyboard while you're having a Skype conference can make all the difference because it gives you power. You know, it hones in on your personal power.
Amazing. Is that a black stone? I'm trying to remember.
It is a black stone. There's a lot of black stones, and most black stones are protective. So there's onyx, there's Apache tear, there's obsidian. I mean, there kind of are a lot. But tourmaline is the one that normally has some striations in it. You tend to find it mostly in raw varieties, although we do sell it in tumbled and palm and some other things. But yeah, it has kind of black lines within it, kind of in the same structure as selenite. You know how selenite has the striations in it? It's kind of like that, only in a black stone. Mm-hmm.
Before we run, I know you got to open the store. Rose quartz, good or bad?
Rose quartz.
Yeah.
Yes, rose quartz, another popular one. Definitely good for love and of all types. Loving yourself. You know, I always tell people loving, you know, everybody wants rose quartz because I want love. You know, the number one point to getting love is loving yourself. Yep. Until you love yourself, you can't fully love anybody else, nor are you able to fully let somebody love you. So rose quartz is always a great stone too, especially if anything of the heart. And it also is spiritual connection. So a lot of times people will use rose quartz if they want to have a better connection with spirit or perhaps somebody that has transitioned to feel closer to them.
I have it hanging in my rear view mirror. Is that okay?
In your rear view mirror. Yes. I mean, I guess are you in physically New York?
I am.
Yes. So you probably have crazy New York driving perhaps. And yes, a rose quartz will just keep you grounded, keep you in a good mindset, keep you when somebody is driving erratically to not take it personally and kind of just stay calm and keep the good vibes out there so that something you do doesn't cause, you know, some other issue. You
are amazing. I really mean that. Yay. The way you get to it, describe it, clear, concise, like nobody else I've ever met. Seriously, Kim.
Thank you.
You found your calling. And
I did.
Your energy is amazing, and your passion is amazing. And the website, pretty simple, right? EnlightenedBalance.com?
Perfect. Yep, absolutely. That is our website. You can kind of look at everything we offer. Although it is not my favorite thing to do, we do virtual sessions all over the world, actually. Although most people do like to come in here locally, you know, but we do have that option. And if anybody ever has any questions about crystals or wants me to ship them a crystal or is looking for something unique, they can always reach out to me just at enlightenedbalance@gmail.com. I answer all the emails personally as long as I can keep up with it, but I'll always do what I can do to help.
Oh, that's fantastic. And we always wonder, you know, when we're going to get crystals, if they're genuine. And I know you are. So that's what you get. Oh, and by the way, of course, we have to add in there that the rock shop there at Enlightened Balance was voted best rock shop. So there's a reason.
Yay.
There's a reason.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you.
Kim, great talking with you. So much to talk about in the future, and I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. I appreciate you so much and have a blessed day. I hope it's very manifesting and transformative for you.
Set the intention, and you just did. All right. We'll talk soon. Thanks again.
Have a good one. Take care.
You too. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.